Hello everybody and good afternoon. Today's video will demonstrate you how to solve multi-step linear equations when you have variables on both sides of the equations, okay? So we're sort of summing up everything that we've done over the last couple of videos into one video, okay? So it's gonna look something like this. I'm just gonna write out a random equation, okay? I don't know if it has any solutions. 3 times x minus 2 plus 1 is equal to 4x minus 5. You have variables on both sides, okay? So if you're trying to solve for this, first thing you should do is, let's follow PEMDAS, okay? Is there anything we can do inside the parentheses? No, you cannot combine the x and the negative 2. Now we look at exponents. We don't have any exponents. So now let's look at multiplication, okay? We're going to distribute the 3 here. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times a negative 2 is negative 6 plus 1 is equal to 4x minus 5. You can now combine like terms. The two terms you can combine are negative 6 and plus 1. Negative 6 plus 1 is a negative 5, okay? So we have 3x minus 5 equals 4x minus 5. Now there's a lot of things you can do right here, and I'm going to use a lot of color green. There's a lot of things you can do here. You can either move the 3x, or you can move the 4x, or you can move either of the negative 5s. My personal recommendation is I hate working with negative numbers. So instead of subtracting both sides by positive 4x, I'm going to subtract both sides by a negative 3x. This allows me to not have any negative numbers in front of the x since I'm taking away the smaller number from the bigger number, okay? Negative 5 equals 4 minus 3 is 1, or that's just x minus 5. Now, the opposite of a negative 5 is adding 5. So we're going to add 5 to both sides. That's a 0. And in fact, negative 5 and a 5 also add up to 0. So x is equal to 0. Let's do one more, okay? Let's make this a little bit simpler. Maybe let's not have any distributing, okay? So what if you have something like 3x plus 5x minus 3 is equal to 9x plus 2x minus 4? First things first, you want to combine like terms. These are like terms, right? The 3x and the 5x. And these are like terms. 9x and a 2x. Notice how they're on opposite sides, okay? 3x plus 5x is 8x minus 3 is equal to 11x minus 4. Just like in the previous problem, I hate having negative numbers, so instead of subtracting 11x from both sides, I'm going to take away 8x from both sides of the equation. That's a 0. I'm left with a negative 3 is equal to 3x minus 4. We know how to solve this type of problem. The opposite of a negative 4 is adding 4. We're going to add 4 to both sides. That's a 0. So 3x equals a positive 1. And then we're multiplying x by 3. So the opposite of multiplying by 3 is dividing by 3. So this gives us x equals 1/3. That is all for today. I hope y'all are having a fantastic quarantine. You wouldn't normally say that in class. If you have any